The final moments of Battlefield 1's life are here. The final DLC was revealed by DICE, and I think this is the end for this World War I shooter. Well, let's start the video. So here we are, Battlefield 1's 4th DLC has been finally revealed by DICE. So today this video is going to show my reaction, then also what I'm thinking about this final DLC of this crappy game, let's say. As you might know, everyone from big scene of YouTube has already shown us some interesting footage, which of course is related to last DLC of Battlefield 1. Even myself, I have tried this interesting stuff, and what can I say, this DLC, to be honest, is mediocre. It's similar to Final Stand and Endgame, the last DLCs from Battlefield series, like Battlefield 3 and 4. You might remember in the Endgame they introduced us air superiority, and it's basically the same with Apocalypse. As you might know, there are already 2 maps, and let me read it out. Knights of the Skies. Outmaneuver flying foes in cataclysmic dogfights and take on the new game mode. So basically they are bringing back air superiority, but instead it's going to be air assault called. And there are going to be 2 new maps, let's say. Well, these ones I think they are taken from the base game and just converted this because we are lazy, we need to do some money. First one is called Razor's Edge, and I saw some gameplay footage. Sadly, I didn't have time to play these air superiority maps in CTE yet. Well, what can I say, Razor's Edge, it feels kinda boring. First up, it doesn't have that huge flying zeppelin, you just fight between the interesting stuff. There's also no air superiority, it's basically an air, as you might know, air assault. But it's basically air team deathmatch. You like fight with these things in air as a team deathmatch. On the other hand, there is London Calling. This one is very interesting because it has 2 flying zeppelins, similar to the Turning Tides, but instead it's in the air and you can fight between each other. Yes, sadly there are no other control points and stuff like that. Yet it's very interesting to actually fly. You can see, if you watch below, you can actually see the city of London, or how those dudes say, England. This is the city of England. So yep, this is my interesting concepts about the Battlefield 1's Apocalypse. First one, London Calling, actually is working, but the Razor's Edge, this one has sadly only concept exploration in game. It has basically no textures, it's just some single player shit. Next up there are 3 infantry maps, and I think this is garbage. Because why? Well, we have 4 infantry maps where we fight with vehicles, with planes, with other stuff, but this time we have only 3 and 5. I don't know how this DICE just splits up these DLCs. First one had 4 maps at start, then they added 2, then they got 3. Next up there is this In the Name of the Tsar. That one got 4 infantry maps and 2 more about Russian Revolution. Now Turning Tides, it has 2 in December, now it has 2 in January. And now 3 parts of this one and another 2 parts. Like, god damn it, can you please choose already how to do these maps, or this is really chaotic, let's say. Before it was only 4 maps for each DLC, they just released and that's it. But now, doesn't seem that good. Well, what I think about these maps. First up, I really like the map, my favorite map, is Passchendaele. I don't know how even to pronounce this, I think it's Passchendaele. So it's a fight, a brutal fight in Belgium, everything is destroyed, as they said in the promo art. Every map, well, besides the Razor's Edge and London Calling, everything is destroyed. Everything is destroyed, you just spawn, and you can see in my gameplay at the moment. Everything is just destroyed, that is really epic. Caporetto, Passchendaele, and even River Somme. This one is very interesting. Well, I don't know how it's called. It was first called Operation Somme, and after River Somme, and now I think Somme. I don't know what is going on. Well, some is going to be really interesting. This one was very, let's say, infamous Battle of World War One, along with Verdun. And the other two, I don't know. Caporetto is in the Sonzo River, and yes, it's against Austro-Hungarians and Italians. Finally, a DLC which has Italians. Like, seriously. Everything had just Austro-Hungarian Empire and Germany, but now we get to fight along with Italians. And, yep, we're going to have Caporetto. That thing is very interesting. It has some sort of a gas launcher. It just shoots things in the sky and lands, and it's just a gas attack. I know there are actually no infantry elite classes. Finally, at least on this one, we didn't fuck up with it. And we have, well, this is basically it, just some sort of mediocre DLC. We have 3 destroyed maps, similar to the endgame, and no, it's similar to Aftermath. And the other 2 are just similar to endgame. Now let's talk about the release date. Oh man, this is going to be really fun. I'm really angry about this release. So you might know the first DLC, which was called Fist Vendetta, as I called it in the parody. Well, it actually was released just 7 months ahead after the base game. Next up, 7 months ahead, it was released the second one, and the same with third DLC. The fourth one releases in February 2018. February 2018. These dice are really retarded, or they just pretend to be retarded. Like seriously, I have no idea what these idiots are doing. Why you just didn't make them much more faster? Now you have to rush up the final DLC to show us Battlefield 2018. This is genius idea, and I think the first part with the 3 maps are going to release in February, and the other ones I think in April. That sounds like this, or no, March. We don't know about this stuff. So, yep, there are also interesting weapons. Finally, a 1917 Enfield. We can see this thing, but it sadly got only iron scope. That was really bad. Now we have also Ross MK3, I don't know what the heck is that. A new LMG, well, it's basically MG 0818. But it's called LMG. It's basically air cooled, and this thing is really interesting. I just really want to try it out. Next up we got CSRG SMG. I have no idea what this garbage is. You just shoot 1 bullet and he gets 43 damage. So it's sort of like a short shot machine gun, but made into an SMG. And also some other garbage like broken bottle, meat cleaver. Like seriously, what the heck? And of course, anti-air rocket gun. Well, finally something useful. We can shoot out planes with this thing. Well, that's basically it. This is what I think about this DLC. This is really mediocre, it's just rushed, it's garbage. I think I'm going to play this for a while, and I think this is the end of my trip for Battlefield 1, because I really despise this game. As you might know, I already made. I had to do a rant with Battlefield 1, and I also was ready to do a rant about turning tides, but sadly I deleted everything so I can review the DLC upon release. So expect maybe the update is releasing on 30th January. I'm going to release a video about 1 week after, so expect something very interesting in that video. So that's it. World War 1 trip is going to finish for me, and fucking finally I can remove this fucking game from my fucking hardware. Be gone, fuck! Yes, I'm sorry for that interesting stuff. I can remove this garbage because it sucks. This was it. Thank you for watching this video. This was Chris. I'm signing out.